Colton Richards, and this is my presentation over how to teach children to manage conflict. So, everybody fights. I can't think of anybody who doesn't fight. Um, but there are healthy ways to fight. Initially, we have to know what a fight is. So this is agreement or argument between two people or more. Children don't always have the skills to resolve these conflicts. Sometimes these cognitive skills aren't always present, and they have little past experience of conflict to draw from. It's important to focus on showing children how to have healthy conflict, as opposed to poor conflict. These conflicts can lead to poor coping skills later in life. You can teach children how to gently start up an argument, or to show appreciation and take responsibility for their actions and be mindful of how they're arguing. Parents can demonstrate healthy conflict through peaceful parenting. They can allow children room to explore and show themselves or learn responsibility for themselves. Conflict needs to be demonstrated at home. You and your spouse, if you have a child, aren't always going to get along 100% of the time. Children a lot of times learn through example. It's important to show them how to manage conflict through your own conflict. But children who see improper conflict and improper conflict more often, a lot of research has been done in studies with divorce that it can have a negative outcome on a child's entire life. They typically have poorer health outcomes and divorce or marriage outcomes later in life solely due to how they see conflict earlier in life. This really leads to health problems. Poor conflict can show up later in heart disease. Not typically, but children who come from divorced homes are at higher risk of heart disease, and this can be due to the conflict held in the home. So some skills you could teach your kids to manage conflict are cooling down when upset. You can show them how to cool down via physical means, like taking deep breaths, really focusing on those physical domains in order to slow your heart rate and stop activate the parasympathetic nervous system to calm down. You can teach them how to speak directly or assertively in these psychosocial domains to show them how to communicate feelings in ways that are not going to end up with them being upset. It's important to speak honestly and kindly with your children. They're not always you can show them how to listen to others accurately through reiteration. This helps in cognitively assisting them by development through teaching. You're teaching them how to understand and empathize with others solely by showing them how to reiterate their words and understand what somebody else is communicating. Another skill they can show or use is proposing a solution. So children can show the psychosocial skill of compromise in proposing a solution. They have reiterated what somebody else has said, understand their point of view, but they still have their own thoughts in a conflict. So they demonstrate skills in which both people walk out satisfied. Um, so healthy conflict is important as opposed to unhealthy conflict. It's important to teach children the difference because some of these unhealthy conflicts can have major health outcomes later in life. Um, it's important to be aware of your behavior and how that can affect children, especially in situations of divorce where this consistent arguing is going to cause problems, um, later health outcome, later poor health outcomes. Um, it's important to help children with their conflict as well. Teach them the skills to manage conflict and let them use and practice their skills. You can't always come to the rescue. Uh, thank you.